So this is pretty much my first YouTube video. So I've been on YouTube plenty of times. I got a lot of useful information off of there, so I figured why not contribute. So yeah, this will probably be a little weird, but this will be my first video, and I'm going to review these clippers that I got, and I've yet to use them yet. So let me just let y'all look at what I got here. So I have the Wahl Magic Clips. They're cool clippers. I mean, there's plenty of reviews out there on YouTube. So I mean, they're cool. They're good. They get the job done. They're cordless. That's the main thing that they have going for them, is that they're cordless. Pretty much that seems the direction that all the clippers are going in. So I mean, they're cool clippers. So I had a pair of that I used mainly, and I, by the way, only cut my own hair, like for the most part. Every now and again, I might cut my friend's hair. So you know, this review, you know, take it for what it is. It's from somebody that cuts their own hair at home. I'm not a professional barber. I don't do this for, you know, a means of providing for myself. So this is strictly going to be just an initial review of these, the Kemei 2850s. They're like, I guess I've been hearing that they're like kind of like comparing to like the Babyliss Gold FX clippers. I've never laid hands on those, so I couldn't tell you what they feel like, how these are feeling in comparison to them. The only thing I can do is let you know how these are in comparison to these Wahl Magic clips. Now, I say that to say that I have had a lot of clippers over the years. I've had, you know, Andis Masters, Oster Fast Feeds, which are pretty much my favorite clippers ever of all time. The Oster Fast Feeds with a ceramic blade would probably be my go-to clipper. Like, if I could only have one clipper for the rest of my life, that would probably be it. Now, the only reason I'm actually have this is because my Oster Fast Feeds actually had an issue where this the screw that holds this lever in, it screws into the lower housing of the Oster Fast Feed. So this would probably be a better example, but it screws into the body of this, and I don't know why that piece that it screws into is plastic, but you know, over years of having the Oster Fast Feeds and, you know, having to, you know, loosen or really just tighten that screw, finally it just, that part gave out, and it's part of the actual housing itself, so it cracked. So the lever would not tighten, and, you know, just there would be no tension with moving the blade. So I've gotten rid of those. I'll probably get another pair, but I figured in the meantime, why not get a cheap pair of clippers? You know, and I've seen some reviews on these. They seem to be pretty good reviews. I haven't used them yet. The only thing I have done is zero gap them, and that's about it. Other than that, I charged them up. They do have a green indicator light, so it did take that initial charge. It seemed like it took a long time. The light was red, and with the Magic Clips, when you charge them, if they're not fully charged, there will be a blue indicator light right here. So clearly these have been plugged in, so they're fully charged. But these, I got these yesterday in the mail. I ordered them on Amazon. I'll drop a link in the description. But the indicator light, when I plugged them in to charge them up yesterday, the indicator light was on all the way from last night until this morning. So initially I was thinking like, oh, okay, well, there's no way that you can tell whether or not they're fully charged. I guess they just, the indicator light just stays red the entire time. But you know, later in the morning, this morning, it turned green. So it actually does tell you when it's fully charged. It will be red if it's not, which this is what I'm assuming. It'll be red if it's not fully charged when you're charging it, and it'll turn green once it's fully charged. One minor thing that I did notice about this that is better than the Magic Clips is this little blade protector. I mean, it's something small. I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know, as far as it doesn't affect the performance, but this black blade protector, it does not. It has like on the side. It covers the side of the top of the blade. So I mean, it's locked in place. For whatever reason, I don't know who at Wahl decided this, but you know, this isn't really offering much protection because, you know, if this, regardless of where you have it, if it moves around, you know, if you have it in a travel case or a travel bag, you know, this stuff can move around, and then I don't know what kind of protection you know it's really offering at that point. But I mean, that's something so minor, and obviously I'm not comparing the accessories. I'm not comparing, you know, this little blade protector, but it's just something I noticed off the bat. Now, this does feel good in the hand. Like this is, I've never really cut with something with like a more cylindrical body. All the clippers I've ever used have had this type of, you know, your typical clipper look, like, you know, this type of body. But this has, you know, the round body, but it feels good in the hand. It has good weight to it. It's not really heavy. I'd say it might be, probably a little heavier than the Magic clips, but the weight is also distributed a little bit differently. With the Magic clip, it seems like the weight is more evenly distributed throughout the body, whereas this, the majority of the weight lies in the front, it feels, which isn't bad. I mean, either way, it feels good. The one thing I did notice, it's not really much of anything, but as I said, I think I already mentioned I zero gapped these. But I zero gapped them, I cleaned them up because, you know, they come with that factory oil on them or whatever, and I'm not sure what's contained in that. So you know, I washed that off and cleaned it with some Clipper Side and you know, oiled them up. But the main thing about these that's different is they do have like the notches on the side. Coming from also having like Andis Masters in the past, that was really useful with learning how to fade, is having these notched steps along the lever. I did kind of like tighten the lever up, so that may be why it's a little bit clicking a little bit harder than yours may when you first get them. But yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a cut with these. I don't know if I'm gonna film the whole cut, but and it's not really this isn't a review of the cut I'm gonna give myself, because I mean, I think I cut my hair fairly well, but you know, it's not a review of my barbering skills. It's just really just a review of these clippers. I'm gonna do half of my head with the Magic clips, and then I'm gonna do the other half with these Kemis. I'm just gonna, I don't have a whole lot of hair right now, so usually I let my hair grow a little bit longer before I cut, but this, usually I'll do like a one guard closed, but you know, I might just leave it like it is up top and just, you know, fade it, I guess, lighten it up around here, fade it, and yeah, we'll see what it do. Right, so cut is finished. It's not the best cut I've ever done. I mean, it's pretty decent. It's alright. It could definitely be smooth. I might go back and clean it up a little bit. Like I see a little line right there that I could get a little bit, knock out a little bit. But overall, this wasn't a showcase of my barber skills, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a professional barber. I just been cutting my own hair for a very long time. So I figured I would, you know, review these Kemei 2850s cordless clippers. I mean, they got the job done. You know, I like them. I'm definitely gonna add these to my case, and I got them on Amazon. I think they were under 40 bucks. I mean, the battery life was good. I didn't use them that long, but I mean, they didn't bog down on me at all. The clipper adjusted. I mean, like I said, I tightened up the lever, so it's probably a little bit more rough than it should be. But I did that after I zero gapped them. I actually knocked my face down. I turned them around and knocked the hair off my face down with them. So, and it got pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, I don't shave like with a razor on my face or anything like that because it irritates my skin, and I'll get ingrown hairs. But nah, I mean these work good. I mean, if you're looking for a pair of cordless clippers, if you don't have the Magic Clips yet, I'd say give these a shot, man. They're pretty good. They're just as powerful as the Magic Clips. The only thing I might say is just is maybe change the blade. I mean, it's not an immediate thing you have to do. It was just the fact that when you put the guards on them, they just rattled a little bit. I think it's because this part of the blade is a little bit thinner on this than they are on the Magic Clips. But they do fit wall guards. If you have the regular, colored, guards, or if you have like the premium guards, they fit. Wall guards fit. That's about it. I think that's it, man. I mean, if you're a professional barber, would I say dump all your clippers and go with those? No. A lot of these other clippers and these clipper companies are tried and true, and they have years and years of reputation and warranties and all of that to back it up. I'm not sure about Kemei. I know they're a Chinese brand. It's pretty much like, I mean, you can go on AliExpress or Alibaba and get those or whatever. I don't really like buying stuff, and having to wait for it. So these were on Amazon and they had Prime shipping. So that's the only reason I got these on Amazon. But you can find them a little bit cheaper on AliExpress and Alibaba if you want to wait. But again, I got them on Amazon Prime shipping. I ordered them. I think they got in 2 days. They got it to my house in 2 days. That's it. I mean, I like them. If you looking for a pair, if you have a pair of Magic Clips and you want a pair of backup, get these. Like I said, I wouldn't. If you're a professional barber and your livelihood depends on your tools, just get these and throw them in your case. Use them as backup, or use them until you find out that they're not for you or whatever the case may be. But I like them. So far, if you put both of those in my hand and didn't put a brand on them and ask me which one I like better, I'd probably choose the Kemeis, to be honest. I like the way they feel in my hands a little bit better. They cut smooth. They knock down the hair just as good as the Wahls, as the Magic Clips. It's just something about the way these feel. They feel better in the hand. The Magic Clips are cool. If I'm being honest, like, if you remove the branding off of these two and you asked which one was like a professional grade tool, I'm gonna go with these. They just feel more. I don't know. It's like, when you feel something and it's like you feel like, okay, and it's not really weight. It's just the way that the fit and finish and the way it feels in your hand. I'm gonna say these feel more professional. The Wahls almost feel like a toy, like or like a amateur tool. Like the Kemeis feel more like professional grade. But I've rambled on enough. I'll drop a link in the description to the Kemeis. Heck, I'll link to the Magic Clips as well. They're not bad clippers. I'll still probably keep these, but I'm gonna use the Kemeis like only for a while, and if they hold up, then I might ditch these and get a second pair of the Kemeis as backups, because I always like having at least 2 pair of clippers. And like I said, my beloved fast feeds, the housing where the lever screws in, it broke, so I just got rid of them. I mean, I know you can buy the housing, and I was just like, whatever. I wanted to try something new anyways. I will probably almost certainly get another pair of fast feeds, but for the time being, I'm really liking the cordless clippers. As you saw, I have 2 pair of the Andis Slimline Pro LIs, and I like them. Those are the only trimmers I have. Those are the only outliners I have. So I got rid of the corded T outliners and went strictly with the cordless Slimline Pros. But that's it, man. If you got any questions, comments, or anything, just drop a comment, and I'll do my best to respond. And yeah, that's it.